So actually, we need to prepare our simulation before we're able to run it, right? So in the previous videos, I've just shown that, we can just provide the name for the folder here. So this case study 1.0 is the name in our example folder. So this folder, right? But actually, this folder contains a bunch of things, right? And so if you go in there, double click simulation inputs, you see all these Excel files, right? All these Excel files, you need to deal with them in order to provide right parameters for the simulations so that you're able to use toPSAil by providing the folder name and then run it, right? So I'm going to cover a bunch of important points when it comes to providing these inputs through these Excel files. And let me just kind of give you a brief overview, because at the end of the day, the purpose of this simulation is to run PSA cycles, right? So this cycle organization is probably the most challenging and the most important one to provide. But first of all, we need to actually set simulation configurations and then determine the numerical methods. So those are kind of basic information we need to provide in terms of what kind of simulation we're going to run and how are we going to simulate this, right? And then you can even provide some information about what types of outputs, figures you want to generate. But then there's the natural constant from physics, our knowledge of physics, which we can always use. But we can also provide properties for the adsorbate, which are basically gaseous molecules, right? Nitrogen, oxygen, and so forth. Adsorbent, which are solid particles that are inside our pellets, right? So adsorbent properties also consisted of some mass transfer parameters and then isotherm, adsorption thermodynamics, right? Adsorption isotherm parameters. And we need to specify the feed stream, the composition, the temperature, and so forth, and then the raffinate stream and extract stream likewise. And then we actually need to design the adsorption column, right? The dimension of it, and then packing, and so forth, right? And then specify feed tank, raffinate tank, extract tank, and then we need to deal with the compressor and then pumps, extract compressor and vacuum pumps. And then finally, we're able to specify the cycle properties. So in the next series of videos, I'm going to explain step by step how to specify the parameter for each of these Excel spreadsheets.